morning. What is up, friends? Greetings and welcome to the Brightside, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. Registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health, to your vitality, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to the Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on the Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, rosacea, eczema, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, let us help you out. Our number is 855-660-4261. We welcome your phone calls on the Bright Side, 855-660-4261. Try to get on board early so we can get to as many calls as possible. If you have a question, it's likely somebody else has the same question as well. Be generous with your questions at 855-660-4261. And, of course, if you have questions about any of the longevity products that you hear us advertise on the program or recommended on the program, or if you have questions about ingredients, formulations, we want to hear from you at 855-660-4261. Likewise, if you have a success story or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 855-660-4261 is our phone number on the Bright Side. For you guys who want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us talk about on the program or advertise on the program, you can head over to brightsideben.com. That's my website. We've got a shopping cart up with all the longevity products, including the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, my personal favorite longevity product. The multivitamin and mineral complex powder that you add to water and drink, now Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. It's around $50 a canister. Most folks will notice results within 1 or 2 doses, results like lower blood pressure, results like appetite suppression and weight loss, results like just feeling better and having more energy. And it's all because of the liquid format and the loaded nature, the packed nature of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. This stuff is absolutely packed with the B complex, your energizing vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, electrolytes. It's $50 a canister, and you can find out all about it at brightsideben.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. And make sure you ask about joining the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business, make some money selling longevity products. If you want to be a business builder, I can help you do that. I'm willing to come on out to wherever you are and do talks and help grow your business. A lot of folks are making a substantial amount of money helping spread the word about the importance and power of a good nutritional supplement program and selling longevity products. And they can tell you all about it at 866-735-2470, or you can click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. Also want to remind you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories and blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does a heck of a job on that. That's pharmacistben.com. Okay, we are talking about the structure of the body as it relates to diseases, as it relates to protein. Last program we left off talking about the 4 major components of the body. This is not supposed to be a physiology lesson, by the way, folks. It's not supposed to be an anatomy lesson. This is about health. It's about wellness. It's about energy. It's about resistance to disease, resistance to the aging process. It's about being stronger, more vital, more robust. It's not... what it really is about, at the end of the day, it's about not being taken advantage of. It's about not being exploited. This information that we give out on the Bright Side every day, 5 days a week, and on our archive page at brightsideben.com, this information against rip-off artists, predators who are only too happy to take advantage of our ignorance, selling magic formulas and supplements and potions that purport to kill cancer and make us more muscular, make our legs and our faces more youthful and sexy. these kinds of formulas and supplements and nostrums and magic potions being sold to us on television, through advertising, through commercials, by people who know nothing about the skin or cellulite or anything else, it's just not fair, folks. And this information is your inoculation against that kind of misinformation. I've been getting tons of questions about something called Nerium, which is a topical product made from an extract of a plant called Nerium oleander. And I'm not here to beat any products up. I never want to beat up on any specific products. This is about general information. This is about concepts and ideas. So if you're selling Nerium or you like Nerium, I'm not here to attack your product. That's not the point. Some people will tell you that Nerium is a miracle. Some people will tell you it's a toxin. And I'm telling you, it doesn't really matter. That's because whatever Nerium is, whether it's a toxin, whether it's a miracle wrinkle remover, it's not required for healthy, beautiful skin. Whatever Nerium is, whether you like it or not, whether you think it's a miracle, whether you think it's a poison, and I've heard both, Nerium is not required for healthy, beautiful skin. And even more importantly, if your skin is aging faster than you'd like it to be, you're not suffering from a Nerium deficiency. There's no such thing as a Nerium deficiency disease. Maybe Nerium can make your skin look better. That's all well and good. That's fine. But if you have the signs of accelerated aging on your skin, you got them everywhere in your body. If you have wrinkles, if you have fine lines, if your skin is getting wrinkly and pruny faster than you want it to be, you have a connective tissue problem. This is why it's so important to break the body down into its components. If you have accelerated aging on the skin, you got a connective tissue problem that's showing up on your skin but is occurring everywhere in your body. This is so important, people. If you have a connective tissue problem that's showing up as wrinkles, rest assured you have a connective tissue problem that is affecting the rest of your body. Connective tissue breaks down as a system. And while it may show up in a visible, noticeable, dramatic fashion on the outside of the body, i.e. the skin, rest assured your bones are thinning, your connective tissue in your blood vessels and circulatory system is breaking down. The entire internal milieu and structure of your body internally is breaking down in the same fashion as the connective tissue in your skin is. This is so important. One of the most critical aspects of the breakdown of connective tissue involves the blood system, the blood vessels, and the circulatory system. The integrity and strength of the veins, the arteries, and the capillaries depends on connective tissue, especially collagen, the same kind of connective tissue that's in your skin. If the collagen and connective tissue in your face and in your skin is breaking down faster than it's being built up, and that's what wrinkles really are, connective tissue and collagen are breaking down faster than they're being built up. If this is occurring in your face and you're starting to get fine lines and wrinkles, you can rest assured that your circulatory system is getting wrinkles too. Your blood vessels are getting wrinkles too. Basically, your blood vessels are breaking down in the same fashion that the connective tissue in your skin is. Yes, you have wrinkles, in effect, wrinkles in your arteries and veins and circulatory vessels. In fact, accelerated aging can actually be used as a diagnostic tool for accelerated blood vessel aging. So wrinkles on the skin mean wrinkles in the blood vessels and wrinkles in the bone. This is so important. If we use Nerium, or for that matter, if we go get Botox or chemical peels or retinoic acid for our facial wrinkles, we're still running higher risks for strokes, for aneurysms, for atherosclerosis, for hypertension, and for heart disease. And considering this is the leading killer of the leading cause of early demise in this country, this is important. Yeah, you can use your Nerium, you could use your Botox. I'm not going to say Nerium yay or nay. I'm just telling you, Nerium doesn't do anything for your blood vessels or your bone or your connective tissue in general. Maybe it'll make your skin look plumper. I don't know. Fact is, Nerium is a little bit toxic and it may have some kind of irritating effect. But it isn't helping the connective tissue. The skin is not just a covering, people. The skin is reflective of the health of the body. Skin issues are not merely beauty issues. They are diagnostic indicators of overall health issues. This is so important. Hi, Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We're coming back at you with more good health information right after this. Don't go away.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs has learned the importance of good fats for good health. Good fats are essential fatty acids, and they're called essential because they're necessary for good health. That's why he uses Ultimate EFAs from Youngevity.
Among the fats, the most powerful are two fats that are referred to as essential fatty acids. Now, nothing in the world of nutrition is more important than essential fatty acids. The word essential means you better get it in your diet or you're in big trouble. Essential fatty acids are perhaps the most multifunctional and versatile of all the essential nutrients. Essential fatty acids are not just important for the heart. They're important for everything in the body.
To get the essential fatty acids that are so important to your body, order Ultimate EFAs from Youngevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realists, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30%, while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well. Free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, I can help you reduce or eliminate your tax debts and end your tax nightmare. Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce and eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay, and after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. And with the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
We are back on the bright side. Thank you for being here, friends. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central, and 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. You can also search benfuchsarchives.com, and there's tons of YouTubes up at Google and all kinds of information. I've been doing presentations about health and nutrition now for going on 15 or 16 years, and there's all kinds of good information up at YouTube, or just do a Google search on Pharmacist Ben and Brightside, et cetera, et cetera. Some of you guys may know that I've been in the skincare business for many years, and I've been getting lots of calls and questions about this Nerium product. And I got friends who sell Nerium, and I'm not here to beat up on Nerium. By the way, our phone number today is 855-660-4261. If you're on hold, hang tight. We'll get to you here in our next segment. Just want to finish up this idea about using topical products to help deal with wrinkles and fine lines, et cetera. And as I say, I've been doing skincare for many years. basically the most important ingredients, topical ingredients for the skin, are vitamin C, vitamin A, and alpha-hydroxy acids. I call these the big three topical skincare ingredients. And I don't care if you love Nerium or anything else. If you're not using low pH, that is acidic alpha-hydroxy acids in addition to topical vitamin A in its retinoic acid or retinol form, ideally. There's also the retinyl palmitate form, not quite as strong. And you're not using a fatty form of vitamin C, you are missing the boat on topical skincare. Now, that having been said, the way you want to address wrinkle formation and skincare issues is by addressing the body. The skin is reflective of the health of the body. This is the most fundamental idea. All the skincare. The only reason we have a skincare world that's based on products that plump and swell and soften and so-called moisturize to make the skin look nicer and healthier and more youthful. The only reason we have these kinds of products, and we got billions of dollars of these products, the only reason we have these kinds of products is because we don't understand the skin. People who study the body understand how the whole thing is put together, but for the most part, lay people, average folks, and even skincare professionals don't understand the breakdown of the skin, how the skin is put together, how the body is put together. We get wrinkles, we look in the mirror, we see these wrinkles and fine lines. We want to rub them off. We want to make them disappear like we would want to erase a mistake with some kind of, with a pencil eraser. We want to rub a cream on, and we get this, even though obviously it doesn't make any sense when you think about it, but there's this kind of implied or tacit idea that we can rub a cream on and the wrinkles will disappear. And there's plenty of predators out there who will sell us products that will imply the same thing. It doesn't make sense when you understand how the body is put together and how the skin is put together. The surface of the skin is just the surface. It's the candy coating. It's the paint. It's the varnish on top of the meat and on top of the connective tissue. The meat is the connective tissue and the muscle, and it's underneath, and that's where the wrinkles are being formed. Now, it's forgivable if the average person doesn't understand this. If the average person doesn't understand how the skin and the body are put together. But for companies who sell products and for doctors and skincare professionals to exploit this kind of ignorance is just not fair. It's dirty pool. And that's why I do this program, folks. I am your advocate. I understand the body and chemistry and the breakdown, how the body is broken down and disease and the formation of disease, the development of disease. And the Brightside represents me advocating for you in this predatory and exploitive world of skincare and magic formulas and nostrums and prescriptions and that are more about someone sucking out dollars out of our wallet than they are about helping us get stronger and healthier. I'm here for you so you can take full advantage of this divine gift. This information is here for you, not me. This information is here for you that I get to deliver to you so that we can exploit and leverage this great divine gift that we call our human body. Is Nerium going to help your skin in the long term? Unlikely. Why? Because the breakdown that is beneath wrinkles and fine lines and crow's feet formation is deep and structural. It's in the connective tissue. Connective tissue, along with muscle tissue, which forms the bulk of the body, can be thought of as a chassis. It's our human chassis. It's electrified with nervous tissue. It's covered with a coat of paint we call epithelial tissue. But the meat, the connective tissue, the bulk of the body is underneath. It's the connective tissue and the muscle tissue. In one sense, it looks like the body is this incredibly complicated machine. It looks like the body is this incredibly intricate system made of hundreds of various muscles and bones and tendons and ligaments and thousands upon thousands of miles of circulatory vessels and 100 trillion cells, many of them capable of doing millions of chemical reactions every minute. But looked at from a bird's eye view, the body is really only made up of 4 parts, just 4 parts. You got the bulk of the body, the muscle tissue, and the connective tissue. The muscle tissue is the meat, and it's all suspended by connective tissue, which functions as wires or scaffolding. That part is so cool, by the way. This is biological wires, a biological framework upon which everything hangs, including the muscle tissue. And this complex of muscle and connective tissue is the bulk of the body. Then running through this complex, you have an electrified wiring, a biochemical wiring that conducts energy. That's called the nervous system or the nervous tissue, and the whole thing is covered over with epithelial tissue. How do you like that? That's the entire body, folks. 4 parts. You got the meat or the chassis, you got the wiring, and you got the covering, period. And this whole thing, breaking the body down into just its 4 component parts, can simplify everything we know about health and anti-aging. But without distinguishing the body into its components, we become very ineffective when it comes to addressing our aging, when it comes to addressing our health challenges, when it comes to addressing our degeneration, our degenerative breakdown. For example, if we don't distinguish the surface, if we don't distinguish the epithelia from the connective tissue, if we have wrinkles, we might think we can just apply something to the epithelia, to the surface, and get anti-wrinkle effects. In fact, many companies will take advantage of that. They'll sell us skincare products counting on us collapsing these 2 separate areas of the body, counting on us not understanding the distinctions that make up the body's composition. If you have ever applied a skincare product to the surface of your skin, the epithelia, the coating, and expected to get an anti-wrinkle connective tissue effect, you've fallen prey to this kind of chicanery, this sneakiness. Now, there's 3 exceptions, and that's alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic acid, lactic acid. There's many of them. We've talked about them in the past. Vitamin A in its retinoic acid format, and vitamin C. That's pretty much it, folks. Those are 3 things that you can put on the surface of the skin that will create changes in the connective tissue, but that's pretty much it. All degeneration, what we call degenerative disease, is pretty much a connective tissue, muscle tissue issue. When our bodies age, we're confronted with all the aches and pains and signs of the aging and breakdown process. What we're really looking at is a breakdown of the connective tissue, muscle tissue complex. Yes, there's very likely a nerve component. Inflammation and nutritional deficiencies can really mess up nerve conduction and cause neuropathies or nerve disease or damage and pain. And of course, you've also got problems with the surface, the epithelia, the coating of the skin. The epithelia contains immune factors, and that can also cause inflammation. But by far and away, the bulk of the body is the connective tissue and the muscle tissue. So by far and away, the most important manifestation of the aging process is going to be degeneration of the muscle and the connective tissue. Now, keep in mind, this muscle and connective tissue, these are electrical systems. It's not just the nerves that are electrical. The muscle's electrical. This connective tissue is electrical. They're said to be piezoelectric. That's P-I-E-Z-O, piezoelectric. I love that concept. That's the concept of squishing and squeezing, generating an electrical charge. And it's very important when it comes to the cells that build up this connective and muscle tissue. All right, we'll continue this discussion on our next Brightside episode. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're coming back with your phone calls right after this. Don't go away.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388. Or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Now you can get the same survival food U.S. Special Forces use on their toughest field missions. High-protein, high-energy, freeze-dried foods known as long-range patrol rations, or LRPs. Soldiers love LRP rations. They're lightweight and easy to carry. Easy to prepare by just adding water. Easy to enjoy because they taste great. Civilians love LRPs as a solution for emergency preparedness and recreational activities with limited storage space, such as hiking, climbing, sailing, or RV travel. Veteran-owned Freeze Dry Guy is your exclusive source for this 2013 U.S. military overrun. Long on nutrition, these delicious entrees have a long shelf life, lasting decades. But this rare opportunity, this limited supply, will not last long. You have to act now. Call 866-404-3663, 866-404-FOOD, or log on now to freezedryguy.com, freezedryguy.com.
We are America's largest independently owned communications network, GCN.
We're back on the bright side. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about this piezoelectric, I love that idea, piezoelectric nature of connective tissue and muscle tissue, how compression and relaxation of this kind of tissue generates an electrical charge which sustains and feeds the cells that make up connective tissue and muscle tissue when we're suffering from degenerative disease, accelerated aging, bone problems, blood problems, circulatory issues, etc., wrinkles, facial, skin aging. Cellularly, what we're really dealing with on many levels is some kind of defect in how electrical energy as well as nourishment and oxygen and detoxification take place in this connective tissue area. The connective and muscle tissue are made up, as everything else is, in the body of raisin bread, raisins and stuff around the raisins in bread. The raisins of the connective tissue and the muscle tissue are called blasts, B-L-A-S-T-S, blasts. If it's in the muscle, they call them myo. That means muscle myoblasts. In the connective tissue, they call them fibroblasts. That means fiber cells. And these fibroblasts and muscle cells are surrounded with stuff. And that stuff generates an electrical charge, and that stuff contains nourishment, nutrients, then that stuff drains toxins, and that stuff delivers oxygen. When that stuff gets clogged, cells become starved, suffocated, toxic. This is how degenerative disease occurs. The bread becomes toxic. Electrical energy and nutrients and detoxification don't take place as well, and oxygenation doesn't take place as well for the raisins. The raisins get sick. They don't produce enough bread, and we age. So aging is a defect of the raisins that is caused by problems with the bread. The bread becomes toxic, by the way, because of the deposition of toxicity. It first becomes toxic because of the deposition, the depositing of poisons that come into the body through, surprise, surprise, the digestive system, through foods. Now, certainly toxicity like mercury, etc., and prescription drugs and other poisons that are in our water, in our food, those can play a role in creating a poisoned bread. But by far and away the largest, the most important place where these poisons get deposited into the body, into the bread, is from foods and from the digestive system. And this is why it's so important to focus on foods and to focus on the processing of said foods through the digestive tract using the ultimate enzymes from Youngevity, apple cider vinegar, pancreatin, the biolumin nightly essence, everything we talk about on this program pretty much every darn day on the Brightside. It really is not that complicated. So we'll continue talking about this tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get to cysteine. We're still talking about this, the hard amino acid cysteine that gives your nails hardness, that makes your skin strong and robust, and gives your hair a certain firmness as well. We will continue that on our next Brightside episode. Time to hit our phones at 855-660-4261. Let's go to Florida and welcome Paul to the Brightside. What is up, Paul? Greetings. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Ben.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
So what's going on today?
Hey, I wanted to ask a question about this NutraSmart.net.
NutraSmart.net, did you say?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, NutraSmart.net.
NutraSmart.net, okay.
Yep, and it's an article about Dr. Wallach and about his scam and...
Whoa. Scam? Did you say scam?
Yep, scam and...
What are they saying exactly?
Well, actually, when you look at the article, the guy just actually lambastes Dr. Wallach and talks about his cystic fibrosis hypothesis and the truth about cystic fibrosis and his Nobel nomination and colloidal... He's
ripping into Doc. Let me tell you something. I've known Doc. I can't speak to the article because I haven't seen the article, but I know Doc personally, and I spent a lot of time with him, and I've known him for many years. And that guy is beyond a genius. So I don't know who NutraSmart.net is, but they haven't talked to Doc. I can tell you that. That guy is so prescient and he's like a visionary. He's the first guy to come up with the idea one of the first guys to come up with the idea. Certainly there are other people, but he's one of the first guys to come up with the idea of making sure that you got enough nutrients in a supplemental fashion. There were others. I'm not going to say he was the only, but he's the first guy to do it in a big way. He was one of the first guys to come up with the idea of using glucosamine, using cartilage. And again, there are definitely other people doing this, but he was one of the first guys to do it in a big way. And he's just a brilliant man. He's a visionary. Wait till you see his new book, which is coming out in March. It's called Epigenetics. So I don't know what the NutraSmart folks are I can't speak to them. But if they're making ad hominem, that is personal attacks on Doc Wallach, I'd be really careful. Actually, is it NutraSmart.com or .net?
And it's NutraSmart.net by Stuart Adams.
Okay, and he's personal. Oh, is this? I think I know this guy. Is he from Colorado?
He's out of Australia.
Okay, well, I think I've seen that article. It's been up for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it just kills my business. I mean, it's just...
Well, you don't want to, if people are going to be... The way you want to grow your business, and I've been doing Youngevity now for many years, the way you want to grow your business has nothing to do with Dr. Wallach. It has to do with how you feel after you use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. So if anybody is going to read an article that makes a personal attack on somebody and then make a decision on whether they want to use a supplement or not, don't bother with it. There's plenty of other people who want to be helped, so I wouldn't pay any attention to that. The products have nothing to do with with a personal attack on Dr. Wallach. The products, really, your buying decision should be based on how you feel after you use the product. And I can tell you personally, in my life, not to mention the dozens of letters that I get every month from people who've used these products, the stuff's amazing, especially the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Biolumin Nightly, especially the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Just try that. That's all I can tell you about that. I don't want to get into any personal attacks anybody's making on Doc Wallach, who's a guy who I love his work. I love him personally, and I have nothing but the deepest respect for that guy. So, and I know him personally, so I don't know if this guy does the NutraSmart.net knows Dr. Wallach, but maybe he might want to have a talk with him and see what Doc says personally before he runs his mouth off via the internet. That's pretty much all I could say about that. I will look into the article, though. Anything else, Paul?
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I love longevity and the products, and it's saved my life as well, too.
That's all you need, buddy. Who cares what somebody's mustard?
Horse hockey. I know it's all horse hockey, but I just wanted to bring it out to you.
I appreciate that, Paul, and I'm going to look into it. I'll see if I can have a commentary on it in the next couple of days. Thanks so much for calling, buddy. Where in Florida are you, Paul?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
Nice. You listening on the Internet or on the radio?
I'm listening to you on the Internet.
Okay, good deal. Good to talk to you. Have a great day, Paul. Thanks for calling. All right, Patrick in Kentucky, what's going on? Welcome to the Brightside, my man.
Yeah. Pharmacist Ben?
That would be me. What's cooking, Patrick in Kentucky?
All right. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. What's going on?
I've been listening to you on the radio since I heard you on Alex Jones' show.
Okay.
And
is that a good thing, or did I help you, or are you gonna rip into me?
It's awesome. I connected. I started my longevity business last week, and I got the Health and Body Challenge package, and I just wanted to ask, I didn't know, how do I go about ordering things for people that want to purchase from longevity?
I'm going to have to look. I don't really pay too much attention to all the ordering stuff. Why don't you do this, Patrick? Send me an email, ben@ksco.com, and put in there Patrick from Kentucky, and then let me get you a nice email, and I hope Nasima doesn't get mad at me. Nasima, some of you guys know, she does a lot of this. She does a lot of the ordering and information. She provides a lot of information for how to order, et cetera, et cetera. Her email is, hope she doesn't get mad at me here, it's info@gcnminerals.com, info@gcnminerals.com. For anybody who has business questions, you can send her an email. Patrick, if you send me an email, ben@ksco.com, put your phone number in there, and I'll talk to you personally about that, okay? Thanks for your call. I appreciate it, and congratulations on starting yourself a longevity business. I'm always glad to help folks who are starting a business. I don't have all the information because I'm not really a business person, but I'm always glad to direct you to the right place. Okay, we're going to take a break and come back with your phone calls. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Don't go away.
Many Americans suffer from poor digestion, which can adversely affect their health.
For you guys who have digestive issues, glutathione is amazingly important for inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, stomach cancer. The glands of the stomach produce lots of glutathione. So glutathione's got multiple roles to play, and one of the best ways to upregulate, to make more glutathione, is to take the building blocks, glycine being one of the most important of the building blocks for making glutathione. Your ultimate enzymes contain something called trimethylglycine. We know it as betaine. We talk about betaine as an important ingredient for acidification, for keeping the pH of the stomach nice and low. But betaine can also help you make glutathione.
Help your body build glutathione. Order Ultimate Enzymes by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curve appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE. Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Do you owe the IRS money that you can't pay? Are tax liens and levies ruining your life? Are you tired of being afraid just to go to the mailbox? If this describes you, then Dan Pilla can help.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla, and I've been solving tax problems for more than 30 years. In fact, I wrote the book that made it possible to negotiate settlements with the IRS, and I've helped thousands of people do exactly that. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. New changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever before eliminate their debts once and for all. There's no need for you to suffer another day with IRS debt. Call 800-346-6829. I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
We're back on the bright side. I got my top 100 drugs of 2013 list sent to me yesterday. That's from Medscape Pharmacists. You guys are never going to believe well, you will believe if you've been listening to this program, what the best-selling class of drugs is. I'm not going to tell you today. I'll tell you tomorrow. The best-selling class of drugs in terms of prescriptions and the best-selling class of drugs in terms of sales. If you've been listening to this program, it will come as no surprise to you what the best-selling prescription drug is in terms of prescriptions dispensed, not in terms of sales dollars, because the stuff's cheap, but in terms of prescription sales. And it probably won't come as a surprise to you what are the best-selling drugs in terms of dollars. We'll talk about that. I think we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll try to get to that tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Back to the phones we go. 855-660-4261 is our number. John in Pennsylvania. What's going on, my man?
Ben, thanks for taking my call. Two quick questions. First, is it safe to drink distilled water? The research that I'm doing is indicating that, the fact that it might deplete minerals is a real myth.
Nonsense. Nonsensical
I want to get
nonsense.
Your take.
As my kid brother used to say, he used to go, nonsensical nonsense. That's what it is. Now, here's the deal with distilled water. They say it's empty water. It is empty water. It doesn't have anything in it. That's a good thing because you don't want crap in your water. Get your minerals somewhere else. Some folks will say, well, distilled water has no minerals in it. This is true. It's distilled. By definition, it's clean. Rainwater is distilled water. Distilled water is pure, clean water. Now, the idea that it has nothing in it has led some folks to believe that it will suck minerals out of your body. It may do that. The problem is, with their argument anyway, is it will suck the toxic minerals out, the stuff that's depositing in tissues. It's not going to suck minerals out of bone. Once the mineral is being utilized by the body, it can't be dissolved. If you put a bone in a bottle or a cup of distilled water, that bone is not going to dissolve. Once a mineral is locked up, distilled water is not going to have an effect on it. Now, distilled water will leach out loose minerals that are deposited in tissues, as well as other toxins, and that's a good thing. That's one of the benefits of distilled water. Personally, I drink distilled water. Now, I wish we could drink spring water, mountain water. That's the best kind of water, glacial water. That's got really wonderful minerals in it, and cultures that drink glacial water tend to live longer than cultures that don't. But we don't have access to that. If you're not living in the Himalayas or you're not living in the Andes Mountains, you're probably not going to get good, clean mountain spring water. And if you're not, then the best water going, in my opinion, is clean distilled water. That's my take on that. Does that help you?
Yeah, and that segues into my next question, which is I use the distilled water to mix with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but recently I tried the Peach 2.0, and I love it. I like it a lot better. My question to you is, Ben, is the Peach 2.0 missing anything essential that's in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine? In other words, am I okay with just switching if I like it?
Heck yes, you're okay. Now, here's the thing on the BTTs. I love the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I've been formulating for many years, guys. 30 years. Since 1983, I've been formulating products, nutritional topical products. This Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the 2.0 are stupendously formulated products. They're elegant, they're simple, they're packed with nutrients, especially water-soluble nutrients, in addition to being tasty and relatively inexpensive. But what Beyond Tangy Tangerine is not, it doesn't provide you with absolutely all the nutrients that you need in the right amount. It's more like a way to get you over the hump in the middle of the day when you would ordinarily be snacking because your body is deficient in nutrients. You still need a good multiple vitamin. You still need to make sure that you're getting enough of the fat-soluble vitamins in a supplemental fashion. You still got to make sure you're getting protein and essential fatty acids. So the Beyond Tangy is not meant to be an absolutely complete nutritional source for you. What it does do, however, is it gets you over the hump in the middle of the day and throughout the day, really, when you would be snacking, when your body is looking for nutrition. And that's why the number one benefit of using this BTT is you don't eat as much food and subsequently you lose weight. But keep in mind, you still need the ultimate daily. You still need protein. You still need essential fatty acids. You still need your fat-soluble nutrients. You still need your zinc and your copper, etc., in more generous amounts than you're going to get in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That's not to diminish the value of this stuff, because it's really important for the middle of the day and throughout the day just to keep yourself topped off, to keep your nutritional tank topped off. Does that make sense, John, the way I explained that?
Yeah, but everything that's in the BTT is in the peach flavor, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it's all GMO-free in the peach flavor, too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good day in Pennsylvania. Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I am in Bethlehem, which is 1 hour north of Philadelphia.
Nice deal. Good job. Hang in there. Have a beautiful day.
On the GCN app.
I love it. Thanks so much, John. Have a beautiful day, bro. All right. Let's see. Lori in Kansas. What's going on? Welcome to the Brightside.
Ben?
What's up, Lori?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Well, I've recently been diagnosed with lichen planus in my mouth, and I'm just wanting to get your feedback.
That's a bummer. In the mouth, lichen planus is a fungal infection. Whenever you have a fungal infection, whether it's in the mouth or anywhere else, what you want to consider is, why is your immune system not taking care of that fungus? Now, keep in mind, fungus and bacteria live in balance in the body. That means that they kind of control each other. The fungus control the bacteria control the fungus. If you have a fungal infection like lichen planus, chances are you're dealing with what we call dysbiosis. DYS is dys, that means messed up, dysfunctional, messed up. Biosis means bacteria. Chances are you're dealing with a probiotic problem, a bacterial problem in the gut. So the first thing you want to do is focus on digestive health. By the way, for the listeners, lichen planus looks like little bumps, kind of rashy bumps. It can appear anywhere on the scalp or fingernails, toenails, in the mouth, etc. Lichen planus should be considered a bacterial issue secondary to digestive problems. Now, you must know you got some digestive issues. If you don't, then you want to start focusing on it, starting eliminating problem foods. Always job number one. Using probiotics, the Biolumin Nightly Essence in a generous amount, 80 billion to 100 billion units a day. And then making sure you're eating lots of fermented foods. Now, you can also use nutrients that help support the immune system, which ordinarily would take care of fungal infections. N-acetylcysteine, we're going to be talking a lot about that in the next few days. That's a great immune booster. Vitamin C is the classic immune boosting supplement. The OPC selenium from Longevity has got immune boosting problems. Zinc is very important for the immune system and for the skin in general. So you want to focus on digestive health, you want to focus on bacteria in the gut, and you want to focus on boosting the immune system using things like selenium and zinc and vitamin C and vitamin E for that matter as well. Does that help you, Lori?
Yeah. Can you go into a little detail on fermented foods?
Yes, fermented foods, sauerkraut, fermented beets, miso, tempeh, kimchi. You can buy them in the health food store, fermented foods, or you can make your own fermented foods by adding bacterial cultures to things like cabbage or beets or cucumbers and make your own fermented foods. There's a great book called The Joy of Fermenting, which has great recipes in there as well as some of the theory about what fermented foods are and how they work. The Joy of Fermenting. There's a bunch of good fermented food books. I have one somewhere here in my library. I can't find it right now, but the joy of fermenting is a good one. Does that help, Lori?
Yep. All right. Try it.
All right, good deal. Thanks for calling. All right, let's see if we get one more in here. Carl, the Truth Raider, you've been holding forever here, my man. What's going on?
Good morning, Pharmacist Ben.
Good morning, Truth Raider. Got about a minute. You got to go fast.
Yes, sir. Question of the week.
Yes, sir.
My dental fillings are all coming out.
Oh, good. But be careful because they release mercury as they're pulling them out, you know. You're taking the mercury out, I take it, right?
No, they're falling out on their own.
Oh, they're falling out. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing because now you can have them replaced with non-mercury fillings. But keep in mind that if they're falling out, you're probably getting a big hit of mercury. You get a big hit of mercury anyway from fillings. They emanate gases, and it is a big problem. As some of you have emailed me, one guy in particular has been emailing me a lot about mercury, and mercury in fillings is definitely a problem. Definitely. Use selenium. Selenium is how the body protects itself from mercury. That's the main protective mechanism against mercury is the supplement selenium. Again, this is one of Dr. Wallach's brilliant insights is the importance of selenium for a lot of different things, but one of the main reasons why selenium is important is because it connects up with mercury. This is how the body protects itself, and the more mercury you have, the more selenium you need. So make sure you're getting 400 to 600 micrograms of the OPC selenium. Vitamin C can help protect you from mercury. Vitamin E can help protect you from mercury. And one of my all-time favorite supplements, N-acetylcysteine, as we just mentioned a few moments ago. And we will be talking about N-acetylcysteine at length in the next few shows, as we were talking about cysteine. N-acetylcysteine is also a nice supplement for protecting you from mercury. Kelp and seaweed can also have protective effects against mercury as well. And thanks so much for your call, Truth Raider. Appreciate it. Gotta go. That's all the time we have for today. If we left you on hold, again, I apologize for doing that. Call us back tomorrow. Let our call screener know that you were left on hold, and we'll get you first up. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about connective tissue, how you build it using nutritional supplements, using cysteine and protein in general. If you want to learn more about the Longevity products, please check out my blog, my website, brightsideben.com, and click on the Join the Team link, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 for a one-time $10 fee. You can join the team, make some money selling Longevity products, help me in my mission to educate the world about the importance of nutritional supplementation. That's all the time we have for today. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
My name is Jessica Armand. I'm an activist, a GCN listener, and mother of 3. Our drinking water and food are filled with fluoride and other contaminants that harm our teeth and gums. To protect my family, I created My Magic Mud, an all-natural teeth whitening and strengthening remedy. My Magic Mud is a soft powder that polishes your teeth, reduces sensitivity, and removes harmful toxins from deep inside your mouth. You deserve a bright, healthy smile. Visit mymagicmud.com and get yours today. That's mymagicmud.com.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day. Unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927, 866-229-0927, or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.